Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel, Why Not Travel. I know I have not been posting any videos at all, but things have been a little bit crazy and I am here today to show you the Philippines. So some of you might know that the Philippines is composed of like 7,000 plus islands. I didn't get to go to all of them, but I did see some pretty cool things and some things that were pretty shocking. So I want to share that with you today and see what you think. If you actually think that they're shocking as well, or if it's totally normal, maybe similar to some things in your country. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. One of the first things I thought was pretty cool was in Manila. So in Manila, they have lots of tuk-tuks. So tuk-tuks are like, you know, like the motorcycles that are made into like a taxi. I just thought it was pretty cool how creative they got, because like all of the tuk-tuks look super different. Some of them are really tiny. I'm really small and I just couldn't imagine like other foreigners that are like super tall or something like actually fitting into them, but I just thought it was amazing like how colorful they were and how functional they are as well, because they will take you literally anywhere for cheap. Another thing that I thought was cool was taxi boats. So you will see that in Manila, the city and like the other smaller towns are divided by like a river. So I was on the other side of the river. That's where I booked my Airbnb. And there was like a little taxi boat that would take you across the river. I mean, you could like run or like walk down the street, and then like I just take the taxi boat, which was pretty cheap, like 10 cents or something, and pretty efficient. Another thing that was amazing about Manila was that I met this wonderful local family and they literally took me around. So we went to this local market with lots of food and they showed me all these foods. I'm vegetarian, so to me foreign food isn't that fun. We saw this band play live and everyone was just super welcoming. We got to go to the top where the band was playing and be like backstage, which was awesome. I mean, it wasn't like a huge band, but it was just still like cool. I felt like VIP. Apart from that, I'm not a huge city person, so that was it for me in the sense of Manila. From there, I headed to Puerto Princesa. So Puerto Princesa was really nice. The city itself wasn't like very big. There wasn't much to do apart from like a couple of bars and like shops, it's normal. But I did go to Palawan, and in Palawan they have some boats, like little boats that will take you to like another part of the island. You can go under this underground river, which is pretty long, and you can go like in the boat, so you can listen to like a little bit of the history, what the different rocks look like, and you get to see some bats. They warn you about like not looking up with your mouth open because you can get some bat droppings, but it was a really cool feeling of like going in. It's pretty dark, but you have a flashlight, and the tour guide will be showing you all the different rocks and stuff that have like different shapes and a little bit of a history. There were also some like little black birds that were flying around. I kept getting them confused with bats, but those were like the animals that we saw inside the cave. In the actual national park, I saw not one, not two, but 3 Komodo dragons, which was the first time ever. They're just, you know, wandering around the island, just walking around, doing nothing, just hanging out. I even saw this local person like shushing one of them out of her house with a broom. So that's one thing that people do in some parts of Philippines, I guess. Alright, now when I went to Cebu, so Cebu Island was pretty same thing, like tropical, similar to some of the countries I've been to. But the different thing I did there was I swam with whale sharks. To be honest, I didn't do a lot of research when I booked this tour. So I got picked up at like 6 a.m. in the morning, drove over to this beach, and there were many people yelling things like move here, like go there, like over here. Like our tour guide kept getting lost, and it was still early because we got there at like 8 o'clock in the morning and it was still pretty early. They got us on this boat, you know, life jackets, whatnot, got us onto this boat, and we didn't even go that far off the beach. It was still pretty shallow. You could see the whale sharks from there. They have this boat in the middle of lots of other boats filled with tourists, just feeding them. So there's a little boat with a local feeding the whale sharks. So they come there and they're all eating. You get to swim pretty close to them. Lots of people were getting really close, so this is when I started getting like mixed feelings about this, because you know, people were trying to get like the perfect Instagram shot or the perfect video, and some of them were even kicking the whale sharks. Later I also found out that they give the whale sharks frozen shrimp, which isn't even part of their own diets, so it also like ruins their whole eating habits. And the fact that the boats are giving them food makes them go up to other boats later on and get hurt with the jet. So it was just like a whole thing, which is why I haven't posted like any pictures or anything, because I've just had like such mixed feelings about it. I don't promote it. It was a great experience because I got to see whale sharks and swim with them, but also I think if you do proper research, you could possibly go and swim with the whale sharks in their natural habitats, like in the ocean. I wouldn't say not to do it, I would just say to do a little bit of research before actually doing anything with animals in general, because most businesses won't tell you really like what the standards or what the circumstances would be like once you get there. Also, like I said, we had just gotten there like at 8 in the morning. When we were leaving, like it was just extremely packed. It was like move on, like 10 minutes you would get to swim with the whale sharks. So I just imagine like millions and millions of people going there and swimming with them, and like, you know, just too much. Another island I got to go to was Bohol Island, which was also really cool. I got there, I booked a tuk-tuk. I told him to drive me basically everywhere I wanted to go. First, he took me to a tarsier sanctuary. So a tarsier is like a little mammal, little animal that looks like a rat but like a small monkey, but they have really big eyes, and they're nocturnal. So at the sanctuary I was really impressed because they really made us stay quiet. So another thing from tarsiers, which I thought was really like shocking, is that they have suicidal tendencies. So when they get stressed out or really scared, they will start either banging their heads against whatever they find, like a tree or just, well, they're usually on trees. So like a tree, or they will hold their breath for a few seconds and yeah, they die. So we had to go into this sanctuary. We had to be very quiet. They were in the wild, which was nice. So they weren't caged in or anything. The tour guides knew exactly like which trees they were in. So we just went and we got to see them, take some pictures, take some videos. In Bohol Island, I also went to see the Chocolate Mountains. So there are some mountains that are kind of like placed all together in a sense. And then when you get to a certain height, you can see the view. It's really cool because especially in the summer, they are brown. So you will see like a bunch of brown mountains. This is why they're called Chocolate Mountains. Just riding along the island was also amazing. I didn't stay in Bohol Island itself. I left the same day, but even just a few hours was more than enough to just see what I wanted to see. Remember to like this video if you did, subscribe so you can see the next videos that I post up. I will be starting a series of travel confessions. So far I've only said like positive things that have happened to me and showed you guys some positive things about my travels, but I also have a lot of, you know, bad experiences that have happened, some fun experiences that maybe I haven't spoken about or shared with you guys. So I want to do some travel confessions. Leave in the comment below some of the confessions, some of the things that you want to know that have happened to me. I will start doing some of those. You will be able to see a series of these starting soon. Alright, please like and subscribe, and I will see you on our next trip.